I'm having a go at going live on my desktop today. So I'm in my home office, kind of the kids' old playroom, and yeah, having a bit of fun with it all. So let me tell you today, Fridays, I'm going to talk to you about things that end up in my inbox. So I get a lot of questions from parents, teachers, I get suggestions, I get people asking me all sorts of things. And today or this week, I've been chatting with a mum whose daughter is doing a teaching degree. And just as her daughter finished her teaching degree, they introduced a new test. It was a sit down written test, and students had to complete it before they were allowed to actually become awarded with their qualification. Now, this girl is dyslexic. So she had got all the way through school. She was diagnosed at 8. She got all the way through school. She got all the way through Teachers College. She got all the way through all of her placements, everything. And then this test was introduced, and she then had to sit this test. Well, the problem was that she is struggling to complete this test in the time that is allocated for it. So what that means is that she continually fails it. Now, she's sat this test 4 times and she has still failed it. This was 2 years ago that she completed her studies, and she is now out in the sector teaching. She is a second year out teacher teaching in a school. But until she passes this test, they won't give her her degree. And of course, she can't pass it. And the reason her mum tells me she can't pass it is that because she's not receiving any accommodations to pass it. So she's not receiving extra time, and the main thing that's happening is this girl is not getting through the test. Now, I said to the mum in our communication, there's a number of things you can try, and most of them this mum had already tried. You know, most universities have a learning support department. You know, there's also regional offices for education departments in groups of suburbs or regions or boroughs or shires. There is also government departments that can also help with this. And this mum had tried everything except going to our education minister here in Victoria. So I suggested that she do that and mention my name because we've met on quite a few occasions, and he's a really good bloke, and he just happens to have some family members in his family with dyslexia, so he actually gets it. But today she mentioned something else at the bottom of her message which rang alarm bells for me, and this is the bit where I really think teaching needs to lift its game, because this is where it's letting us down. She wrote to me right down the bottom here. She can't get to the end of the test. She runs out of time. She can't read very fast as the words change. And when she's nervous, it becomes worse. So more changing of words. To think all that she's done to become a teacher, and now people are starting to bully her a bit and say she shouldn't be a teacher just because she can't get through this test. Now, my alarm bells went off because straight away I went, the words are changing. Now, when you look at a word on a page, if it is not stable, if it's not staying still, if letters are changing, flipping, flicking, becoming blurry, not easy to decipher. 1 minute looks like said, the next minute looks like sad. Do you get what I'm saying? There's actually changing of the words on the page as she's trying to decode them. This is a visual processing issue. Now, here's the thing. Very few people in Australian academia want to recognise that visual processing is a really big issue. This young woman is already teaching. She's not passing her teaching final exam that's just been put into the protocols for passing your teaching qualification recently, because she has a visual processing issue that has never been picked up. So I think her name is Siobhan. Siobhan, could you please go and speak to a behavioural a behavioural optometrist? Go and see somebody potentially who knows a little bit about Erlen, scotopic sensitivity. Help your daughter to get those words stable on the page. You also need to request some accommodations. You may need to go back and get her dyslexia diagnosis updated, because having only been done when she's 8, that's a very long time ago. And it's not that I don't think she's still got dyslexia, it's the way the education system is structured in Victoria, Australia. You invariably have to get dyslexia diagnoses and pay for it over and over and over again, multiple times, as your child works their way through the education system. I know, I've got 3 children and they all had to be reassessed as they entered year 11 and year 12. They do offer this, though, as a service in universities, so please contact your university and ask about that. So if you have a child who says to you, the words change on the page as I am reading them, or in this case, an adult, please look at visual processing, because that is not a phonological issue. That is a full-on visual processing issue. So come on, teacher training, let's include these types of difficulties in understanding what can hold a child back. I hope you have a fabulous weekend, everybody. I am planning on it. I've got lots of jobs to do, even though we're still in lockdown and I can't leave my house. I'm still flat out busy. So lots going on in online education world. So I hope to catch you again very soon. Bye for now. Now I've got to work out how to turn this off. Let's see if I can figure it out. There we go. Bye.